All right, we're now going to create some openings to go into these spaces. I'll start with doors. So I'm just going to reference the plan again. We have a door here for the entry door, a door into the bathroom. And there's no doors being shown here for the bedrooms, but I'm going to actually add doors to the bedrooms. And then we can add a little hot water heater closet over here after we start placing some of the plumbing fixtures and kitchen appliances in. So we'll do that a little later on. So let's go back to the Architecture tab, and I want to pick the Door tool. We're going to use just the single flush 30 by 80, which is 2 foot 6 inches wide by 6 foot 8 inches tall, and see how that door will fit within our space. This is a more typical door size that you might see in residential applications. We may, though, have to switch back to the 24 by 80 because of the size of this camp. So I'll start by putting a door here. Now notice that the door will move positions based on if I put my cursor to the left or to the right of the wall. I can also hit the space bar and it's going to change the swing of the door. You can also change all of these things after the fact. If you've placed the door and it's gone in the wrong direction for you, you can flip the swing and you can flip the hinge. Okay? So let's go ahead and continue to place the doors. And I'm going to switch the door type to a glass door, 36 by 80, so it meets the egress requirements for the front door. And I want to position that more or less on center so I can see that the two dimensions that I have are exactly the same. Those aren't going to be the dimensions we'll see for the door. Once we make the adjustments to the temporary dimensions, it will be 12 feet and 12 feet, but that's exactly where we want the door to be. Okay? So let's go into windows. If I want to create a window, I can pick the type of window that I want. And I've got casement windows with trim, double hung windows, fixed windows, and I have slider with trim. I can also load additional window types from our load family. We're going to use this slider with trim, and I want to use the 48 by 48 sliders for the front. Let's put them actually here and in the bedrooms. So it occurred to me that we want to be careful of our window heights here because of the casework in the kitchen. So I'm going to change that to 48 by 36. Now notice I don't have a 48 by 36 as an option, so I'm going to do something to make one. I'm going to start off with the slider with trim 48 by 48, and then I'm going to hit the Edit Type button. In the Edit Type button, I want to duplicate that particular window. 48 is the width, so I'm keeping that the same, but the second value I'm going to change to 36. And then down here under Height and Width, the height should be changed to 3 feet. The width should remain the same. Now I've just created a 48 by 36 inch slider that can go over the kitchen cabinets here, and we'll make it the same size in this one so that they match when we look at that elevation. Before we continue and go on to the next video, we want to ensure that all of these windows are at the same head height. So I think it's a good time for us to take a look at this three-dimensionally. So up here at the top of the screen, click on this default 3D view, and it will show you a view of what you have so far. And we have to make some adjustments for wall heights. So let's select all of our walls. I can do that by putting a window around the entire model, and then I want to filter my selection. I only have these 3 items in my view. I don't want to do anything to the doors and the windows right now, but I do want to edit the walls. Now I can take all of the walls at once, and I can set the base constraint to the first floor, which I want to keep it that way, and I can set a top constraint. I'm going to change the top constraint to roof level and then apply those changes. And so now all of my walls are the same height. In order for us to fully understand what I just did, I'm going to go to an elevation so you can see where that roof level came from. If I go to the front view, we have a first floor level. We have a roof level. The roof level is currently set to 10 feet. I can make adjustments to that roof level and decide that it's going to be at 9 feet if I wish. And you can see that the walls stay attached to that roof level. I'll set that back. I can also add additional levels. Now we'll go back to the first floor plan. I want to take all of my windows, so this time I'm going to put my window around all of the windows and filter out just the windows from the selected objects. And I want them all to be set to the same head height of 6 feet 8 inches. Now when I go to that 3D view, I can see that all of the windows, the tops of the windows match the tops of the door, and so on.